Do we know how many Kiwis have booked to come to Australia yet, or is it too early to say?
It's very early days, but what we do know from our research is that 70% of Kiwis want to book an Australian holiday. The airline capacity right from the get-go is going to be at about 75%, ramping up to 100% over the course of the year. So we know that there's going to be a lot of Kiwis on planes coming to Australia. And what we're trying to do with this campaign is show them all of the incredible things that they can see and do in our country.
How tricky will it be to navigate snap lockdowns, potential outbreaks? We know that the one-way bubble had its hiccups. What do we need to see from the federal government in terms of some assurance for the sector?
Look, there is no doubt that some consistency around border closures is really helpful. Every time we have a snap border closure, consumer confidence does take a hit. So it is a factor. I think it's a factor that we're getting used to living with at the moment. And we know that there is just so much pent-up demand out there. We know that there are travellers there who are going to consider their options, make sure that they book something flexible and come anyway, because gosh, people have missed having a holiday, and particularly an international holiday over this past year.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of international travel needed. Now, there are some concerns, Phillipa, that initially for this two-way bubble that New Zealanders will just be seeing family. Are you worried that tourism money won't be spent where it needs to go in Australia?
There is no doubt that visiting friends and relatives are going to be the first type of travellers who are on the planes, and that is great because, you know, that actually firms up our aviation capacity. But we do know that there are a lot of Kiwis who love travelling. 60% of Kiwis go overseas every year. So there are a lot of people there who haven't been anywhere, who usually go to Europe, who go to the US, and now we're saying come to Australia this year. We think that there is actually a lot of opportunity there.
Absolutely, a wonderful step forward. Phillipa, what does this mean now for the Holiday at Home campaign, now that Aussies have the option to go overseas?
Aussies have always had the option, you know, to go overseas, and domestic tourism has still boomed. So we continue to work at a pace in the domestic market. And in fact, we're out in the market at the moment with our half-off flights, full-on holiday campaign, and we will continue with that. We're working with Hamish and Zoe for the next 12 months. So we will continue to showcase Australia to Australians. They obviously have another option now, but it's really important to look at the big picture. This is a blueprint for reopening to the world. So it's really great that we have this opportunity to reopen with New Zealand at the moment.
Absolutely. Terrific news. Phillipa Harrison, thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you.